He who would valiantly against all disaster, let him in constancy follow the Master. There's no discouragement shall make him once relent his first avowed intent to be a pilgrim. Whoso beset him round with dismal stories, do not themselves confound his strength the more is. No throne shall stay his might, though he with lions fight. He will make good his right to be a pilgrim. Since all thou dost defend us with thy spirit, we know we at the end shall life inherit. Then fancies flee away, I fear not what men say. I'll labor night and day to be a pilgrim. I could feel it was springtime in my bones. A time for adventure, travel, and brave pilgrimages to far off lands. Oh, other travellers have joined us. Good evening, lords and ladies. And where have you come from? What lands and seas, possibly, have you crossed to be with us here tonight? Well, you're all welcome on our journey. Whether we'll ever reach a destination, that's another matter. But that's not so important. Our path is what we'll make of it. Things rarely happen the way you might expect. That's true, isn't it? And nothing is necessarily as obvious as it might at first appear. Why pretend to be someone else and behave according to random conventions? So, perhaps this is a good moment for some introductions. Seven companions.
8 companions.
If I count myself in, yes, 8.
9.
9? Is this a counting game?
And one will join later.
Yes, one will join us later. So, 9. 9 storytellers. And whoever gets the first short straw will start. Before we actually begin, I should explain something to you. You probably know that the original pilgrimage went to Canterbury. And who knows, that's maybe where some of us will end up going. But Canterbury's a bit far for us to go tonight. But we're taking you somewhere. We're taking you on a kind of mini pilgrimage. We're going to Kempston.
Hooray!
We'll take you there and we'll bring you back. Friar, the face of priestly innocence. Yeah, he knows the inside of every tavern in the town. And he thinks the best place to hear a young woman's confession is in the privacy of his own apartment.
It's right.
Friar, will you take the first straw?
I will.
Now it says in the book that the miller has a big red beard like a spade, a mouth like a furnace, and 2 nostrils like great big chimneys. Miller. That's clearly not the case tonight. But will your lack of virtue be a source of entertainment for us? We'll see. We have other guests. And they'll introduce themselves to you soon enough. But for now, who got the short straw?
And so, the miller began his tale in his own crude language. Please, have some patience, for there is nothing more noble in the miller's tale than foolishness and farting. A young romantic soul named Absalom, who liked to serenade her with his lute, and would sit beneath her window each night singing to her.
Oh, Alison, so fair and sweet.
Oh, Cleo! It's time to sleep! Absalom, you silly boy. Don't you know I'm a married woman?
The real threat, however, came from what much closer to home. A young student of astrology and all things esoteric named Nicholas. He lodged with the couple.
Nicholas? Nicholas? What is it? What's the matter?
By looking at the moon,
Oh?
I have discovered that the world is about to end. And a flood of biblical proportions will cover the whole world by next Monday evening.
What will become of us? What will become of me? Of my beautiful wife? There's nothing that can be done.
Fear not. I have a plan to save the 3 of us. So you see the problem, don't you? You see what we have to do.
No, not really.
We need an ark, but without the animals.
Oh.
First, we'll need 3 tubs, long enough for us to stretch our legs out in. Then, when you have the tubs, John, we'll need ropes to hang them from the rafters, and ladders so we can climb up into them.
Oh, my lady love! Open your window, Alison, please, and give me one more kiss, and then I'll leave you alone.
All right. If I kiss you, will you promise to go away?
I promise! Oh, Alison, I have a lovely gold ring for you. It's yours for just 1 kiss.
This time Nicholas leaps out of bed, but sticks his behind out of the window.
There you go, kiss my other cheek.
I'll tell you a tale about marriage. I have been married 5 times, so I should know about it. Now, some churchmen think that vows should be exchanged once only. Well, King Solomon and Abraham both had more than one wife, and they're in the Bible, aren't they?
Back in old King Arthur's time, this land was full of fairies. Now these pestilential priests and friars have driven them all out, calling all over the place with their prayers and their blessings. But back in the day, they used to say you could see the fairy queen and her maiden dancing in the grassy meadow. They had all kinds of powers, for good and for ill.
One midsummer eve, in the castle of Camelot, an angry crowd burst into the great hall. There were shouting, there were pointing fingers. They had come to seek justice from King Arthur himself.
I was bathing in the river when a knight come along. One of your knights. I know if I'd saw him again. If he saw me in the river and...
You need say no more, the king replied. Your distress is clear enough, and we can all guess what has happened.
By rights, I could have your head cut off. But what good would that do? Instead, I'm going to teach you to show women respect. I'll give you a year and a day to find out what it is that women most desire.
Some said that women liked
Riches.
the best. Some said,
Pastries.
some said,
Lusty lovers.
some people said that women liked to be told that they were right. Some people said that women didn't like to be told anything at all.
Crouching under a tree was a woman. And what a woman! Filthy rags hung from her, and she leant on a stick as bent and as knotted as herself.
There is no way through here, Sir Knight. Swear to me that you'll do whatever I ask.
I swear truly.
Then your life is saved. There's not one woman, even Queen Guinevere, who would dare to say me nay. Here's your answer. Now I will ask him, here, before the whole court, Sir Knight, will you marry me?
You saved my life, I admit it, but take my lands, take my possessions, but leave me alone for pity's sake.
No, Sir Knight. I may be poor, old and ugly, but I wouldn't take all the riches off the earth for exchange for what I want. Love me and marry me.
They married in private, and after the ceremony, the knight hid himself away in shame at his poor ancient wife.
I can change, but you must choose. Would you have me old and foul and your true wife forever? Or would you have me young and fair but never to be trusted?
My lady, I put myself in your hands. You choose what you want to do, and I will comply with your wishes.
You learned your lesson well.
Well, I think you know what moment has come now. We are going to Kempston. So could you please pack up all your belongings, don't leave anything behind. We're getting on the bus and we're going. Yes, really. Yes. Now, let's go.
Yes.
This way. Really. We're going this way.
Valiantly, yes, disaster. Winner, winner,
inherit. Death once is flee away. I'll fear not what men say. La 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 la
So you were promised some other tales, the Canterbury tales and other travelling tales. Well, I think our last person on has a tale about a journey.
Okay, yes. I've got a travelling tale. It didn't take place in a bus, but on a train. Now, as many of you will know, those of you from Bedford know that you can end up by train to another city beginning with B, which is Brighton. And all I could think about was the proximity of his fingers to my lips. And I took a big breath. I don't, and I didn't smoke. And I just went up in the clouds in a twirling vortex of pink marshmallows.
I've got a story I think you might appreciate. It's quite a short story since we're nearly at our destination. Really, there's a moral to that story, which is pay attention and don't take anything for granted.
Obviously, you're looking around just in case somebody sees you.
Fine song tonight, won't we? Wonderful.
Like a good hymn to stir the blood.
Well, we're pilgrims.
Well, now we've had a good old sing-song, let's get on with it.
I'll tell the next story.
That's a good
What a
idea.
splendid idea!
Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm not going to be telling a long, boring moral tale.
Well, that'll make a change.
Well, instead, my tale will be short and silly.
Yay! There was once a summoner riding along the road, going about his usual business. That is to say, he was going to frighten some poor old widow and squeeze some cash out of her.
I am a rent collector.
And so am I. I'm not from this part of the country. Perhaps you could show me around.
Well, I'll come with you. We could go about our business together. I could show you a trick or two of my own. I'm not a rent collector. I lied to you. I summon people to court, and if they don't go, they have to pay. There's a nasty woman in that house over there. Unless he apologises and goes away, let the devil take him. His body sold.
I'll have your money, you are
No,
Always will be.
Always good.
The love of gold has caused many a man, woman, and child to lose their immortal soul. And all for what? A glittering bauble? A mere possession? A trashy thing of this world? Your souls are in peril! But don't despair, for I can help you save them. Here, in my pouch, I have the holiest relic.
I told you, relics.
Just touching them will lift your souls out of the mire of this world. Send them soaring closer to heaven.
You notice you haven't told us the story yet. It's all about
just a few coins only.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on. You're the worst of the lot, you are. Open your purse.
Don't give her anything.
For just 4pence. I will let you be the first to kiss this precious relic.
You're what?
He said greed was the root of all evil.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't practice what he preaches.
I haven't asked you anything.
I want to tell the next story.
I wanted that.
Have you noticed it's just starting to get dark, and I told you that they all started to get a bit rowdy. We're going to call an end to it. There are many stories still to be told, and all of them yearning to be heard. But for now, well, that bus won't wait forever. Here